Okay, so I'm going to take a moment and show you how to use the AI wizard for more than just the initial narrative. This is something that my offices and case managers use to help our medical providers with the medical re-examination. So each time a patient comes in for a re-examination, we use the AI wizard to help write a medical summary to put in that note based on their exam that they perform on the patient that day. And what it does is it helps, as I show you how this works, is that nice, concise medical summary summarizing the subjective complaints, the objective findings, and the treatment plan that we're doing for the patient helps support why we're continuing care, why the patient may still be on a work status restriction. And what it's done for our office is help prevent denials on continued care. So help prevent us having to write letters of medical necessity for physical therapy because we're supporting in every re-exam why we're continuing what we're doing. So I'm going to share my screen and show you how we go about this because it's really easy add on to the medical reevaluation note. So share here. There we go. Okay. So what happened was, so this is the wizard here. But what happened was this patient came in for a medical reeval, and my provider did a reevaluation on her. We have her subjective complaint for the day. So she's following up regarding her strain of her cervical spine. She continues to have pain that radiates down both arms. She's experiencing sharp pains in her eyes as well. She has been attending PT 3 times a week with much improvement. Her pain scale is a 6 out of 10 today. We have our evaluation that nurse practitioner did that day. We have our diagnosis, but we're missing a nice medical summary for today's visit. Looks like they ordered an MRI of her cervical spine, probably because that radiating pain that she's having. Looks like she's on restrictions, and she's continuing with her PT. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our wizard, and we're going to go to view all sessions, and we're going to find Ms. Bovlingo here. So one thing update that I would like to have to the wizard is a search tool, but instead I have to scroll down through all of the narratives we've ever written to find the patient. So far, it's not that big of a deal, but as you see, a lot of patients, it's going to become a big deal. So I think that's definitely a good update we should be working on. Put that in the suggestion mark, but here's my patient. So I'm going to go to view session, and in here, I have her initial evaluation that we did on her, like her initial narrative that we wrote. And I'm just going to go to the bottom and just write patient presents for re-evaluation. I'm going to copy and paste in her subjective complaint here. Copy and paste. And then I'm going to copy and paste in her objective, meaning her evaluation that was performed. Copy and paste. And then I'm going to do her work status, which means she's returned with restrictions. There's restrictions. I'm going to put the plan in, which is to continue with ordered PT, MRI of cervical spine ordered today due to radicular symptoms. Will you write me a medical summary for the assessment portion of today's visit note? Another thing that this does is this adds in the ongoing narrative for the patient into the AI wizard. So her reevaluation, her updated subjective complaints, her updated exam. So the more you use this, when I go back and ask this, it's got a running narrative for this patient's history and treatment. So we have this nice little summary of her assessment. So during today's follow-up, here's her summary of her subjective complaints. Here's a summary of the exam findings that we're noticing. We're mentioning that neurological testing is revealing this stuff. We're building a narrative because guess what? When that MRI comes back, we're probably going to be writing a diagnosis expansion on this patient because she only has a sprain accepted. So I'm building the narrative in the AI bot. So when I get that MRI findings, I'm going to come right back to this session and I'm going to come down here and ask it to write me a diagnosis expansion. But we have these neurological testings. So she is returned to work with restrictions. Given the persistence of radicular symptoms, an MRI has been ordered. The plan is continue with physical therapy regimen to address her symptoms and improve her functional status. That's beautiful. Let's just copy that and let's paste that here. Perfect. So I'm building an ongoing narrative in her medical reevals every time that's being uploaded to eComp so that case examiners can see that she's progressing with care, but she's still having complaints. There's a reason why she's still on restrictions. There's a reason why we ordered an MRI. And then when that MRI comes back, most likely we're going to write a diagnosis expansion and we're going to have an ongoing narrative reason for it. So that will be much easier to be accepted. So hope this helps. This is something that we regularly do using the AI bot. Let us know if this works for you as well.